You and I with Rashmi Shetty is a simple attempt of bringing in stories of people you and I can draw inspiration from. Ordinary folks, extraordinary lives. Their uniqueness and individuality that make them interesting to talk to and to listen to. A reaffirmation of the fact, open your eyes wider. The world is far more beautiful when we acknowledge the presence of both you and I. Sunil Jain, an absolute inspiration for me from the very first time I saw your speech. It was a landmark forum where I heard you speak, and I knew that this is one person I definitely want to know. Because for me, Sunil, you have always been somebody who inspires from the space that you operate from. Whatever be the situation, whoever be around you, you carry that presence and aura of being an inspiration. And what makes Sunil very interesting, because the whole concept of you and I is about building the uniqueness and the individuality of each guest on this podcast. Well, for me, Sunil's uniqueness is all about the beautiful way he blends business and numbers as deftly as a chartered accountant would, and equally paddles well, in fact balances himself absolutely well on another forum where he's created this beautiful foundation called the ASTHA Foundation and works with amazing artists. And I've been part of some of the programs and I've seen how beautifully everyone who's part of the forum gives themselves to ASTHA completely. I love the name. And each time Sunil organizes a program through the foundation, and the number of people he has taken to a different level is a story in itself. All this and more is what we are going to find out with Sunil Jain, my guest on this episode of You and I with Rashmi Shetty. Welcome, Sunil, to this episode.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rashmi, for being so kind, and thank you for being inspired. I mean, I am doing what I am doing, and people around can get inspired. That's a bonus. Thank you so much.
You just so naturally have it in you, Sunil. And so what I want you to do is take us through your life's journey and what keeps you so positive and high all the time. When you have all the reasons to be low, you choose to be high. And how do you do that? So can you take us through your journey a little bit, Sunil?
A journey as in, like, I'm right now 45 years. Another week and I'll be 46, right? And born and brought up in Bangalore, studied in Kannada medium till 7th standard. And at the age of 18 months, I had high fever and I was injected, and because of which I infected with polio, right? So that's the incident that happened in life, because of which I couldn't move my body from one place to other. My mother says it was very, very bad in sense that only my senses were working. And for about 19 years of my life, a lot of treatments I underwent. You call it, and we had that treatment, including surgeries, massages, physiotherapy, and name what, including religious rituals, all that we did, right? And at the age of about 19 is when I decided that enough of physical treatment to my legs. It's okay not to walk. That was a very tough and conscious decision I had to make at the age of 19 years of my life, against everybody. While everybody thought I should invest my energy in training myself to walk around at least 10 steps so that I can be independent. But I don't know from where I got this wisdom, if you want to call it as a wisdom. I was okay. I mean, really okay with not walking. One part of my body not working the way conventionally it should work. That was okay for me. And all I was about was exploring life, knowing people, playing with friends, seeing movies, right? So for me, that was a challenge actually. Not being able to walk was not a challenge. For me, challenge was to tell people that I'm fine, really cool. I'm fine, it's okay. So that was the challenge, Rashmi. So somehow I maneuvered that conversation dealt with however I would dealt with, sometimes being angry, sometimes being cajoling people. I had to discover my own ways of communicating and interacting with people. But at one point, people said, okay, I think he's very stubborn, right? He's very stubborn. He knows what he wants, so let him be. And then I saw a whole new world of people supporting in what I want and just enabling me inside of my aspirations. Then I went on to do my CA, Chartered Accountancy. In fact, I wanted to do engineering actually. But and after my PUC, I faced a lot of difficulties in attending chemistry labs and physical labs because obviously they were not accessible. The operators or the equipments were not accessible. So that was some sort of a logical and if you want to call it a smart decision, though against the will, practical decision that, okay, science is not for you, though you would want to, not like I had become an aspiration of becoming a scientist, but just because all my other friends went to science, I also wanted to go to science, right? It was not like I wanted to become a scientist or have some futuristic goal. My only thing was I want to go with my old friends. That's about it. Yeah. But that was a little disappointing. But it's then okay, let it be practical. Then I chose to become a chartered accountant.
No, but why did you choose chartered accountancy, Sunil? Because it is quite tough clearing those exams. Okay, you didn't get science. Were you disappointed?
I would not say I didn't get science. I never attempted for it.
Yeah, okay. So you didn't pursue. Okay, let's say you didn't pursue. But how did you build that practicality at an age when it's all about validation, external validation, looking around, doing what I want to do, and I can't do what I want to do? How did you push yourself? How did you push yourself to get practical?
Yeah, see, when I was in National College, Baswantgudi, when I used to go to chemistry lab, I'm sitting at one place, seeing people doing what they want to do. While it was very easy for me to take the practical notes, get the viva done, get the marks, but that was somewhere it was not fulfilling for me. I was always somebody who wanted to learn subject. Marks was okay. I mean, I would get some marks, I won't get some marks. In fact, people say I failed in my CA course 3 times because I studied more. I wanted to cover everything and not being a very smart to maneuver your exams and study only what you require, all that, right? That was not me from the beginning. I wanted to really deep dive into whatever I take on. So that's why I decided, okay, if you can't do science, that's okay. I mean, why you should fight with yourself?
Okay.
See something that you can engage
with. It was
with.
not anybody external who helped you. It was you yourself with your self-conversations that helped get that space where you could accept the reality and be practical?
No, I would say I was clear that science is not for me. But I didn't know whether I will do CA or what, right?
Yeah. But why did you choose such a difficult path? In chartered accountancy, there's corporate secretaryship. You could have gone ahead, done an MCom and done some other areas because commerce is the next open space compared to science.
Yeah. In fact, I went to Jain College to enroll for BBM after this whole thought process of not doing science, right? Okay. Then there I got selected for BBM. And there was a final interview with the secretary, the then secretary of Jain Institutes of Education, Mr. Chainraj. And in the interview, he said, Raja, kya karega BBM karke? What will you do after doing BBM? You will take another 3 years to complete your BBM. And after that, you'll take another 2 years to complete MBA. And the MBA also, if you get from the IIM, that's good. Any good business school, that's good. Otherwise, there are 1,000 MBAs walking around streets. I don't think there is any scope. I suggest you to see evergreen field sort of a thing, he said. And another thing, Rashmi, at that point for me, what was important was to continue my studies. Because the entire conversation around in my environment was about, is it really important to study or you just want to be practical, do some business, earn money? And I was scared of getting into the situation.
Okay.
I didn't want to get into that situation.
Okay.
I said, okay, if somebody is saying, person like Chainraj, who is such a successful person with such a wisdom, you would have seen something for me. I said, okay, sir. So I shift from BBM to CA Foundation.
Okay. And now
another thing is...
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry?
No.
I was saying during CA... During CA, one of the challenges I had to deal with was, you must be knowing, for a chartered accountant, he or she has to undergo 3 years training, practical training, right?
Yeah.
So after I enrolled for CA, there was a need for me to get placed in some firm to get trained. Now, again, the conversation called, it's okay not to get trained. All you need is certificate. And there are many kind chartered accountants looking at your situation. They will be willing to oblige by giving you a certificate without practically working. I said, no, that's not what I want. I don't mind not becoming a chartered accountant, but I will not do something which I don't learn, right? I want to learn. So that itself was a challenge for me, like running around offices. Offices were not accessible. And one good thing what happens in my life, I think I'm very fortunate in that I find right people. I mean, when something is required, I don't know from where, people just come in. So I don't know who sends them, but they come in and they become a pillar of support, whatever is required, right? So that I found one such person when I was doing CA, Aziz Moizrowala, he became a very good friend of mine. He was a person who started supporting me, going from classes to classes, and we together traveled about 50 offices so that I can get my articulation. While he was getting all the opportunity, he said, no, Sunil, I will not go to anywhere. If we go, we'll go together.
Okay.
So we both became chartered
accountant. What was the reason of rejection in those 50 offices that you and Aziz were going into?
I would not call rejection. I think it is more of a concern called, one is offices are not accessible.
Oh.
How will you come? Why do you want to take trouble?
Accessible as in there are first floor, second floor, that way?
Yeah, it will be the first floor or second floor. And also, being an audit profession, you would have to go to different places.
Okay.
Transport is not accessible. So how will you manage? So people were not confident that you will be able to deliver on. So rather, take it easy. We'll find a way for you to get the certificate. Even if you require, we'll write to institute to give an exemption. That's also a possibility. So that, I think that was the reason. Nobody told me on the face that because you cannot walk and that's why I'm rejecting you. I mean, right. I don't think that was the case.
Okay.
People had their concerns.
Okay. So finally, when you got into an office, what was the reason they took you in, and how come all these objections or reasons why the rest had concern about you? Automatically.
I don't know. I really don't know what was the background, but I think they were kind enough or generous enough to give an opportunity, right? I did share with them that I'm not getting anywhere. And in fact, that office in Unity building, it was in the first floor, not on the ground floor also.
Okay.
So I still remember Mr. Ganesh Kamath, chartered accountant. He just called me that you come, we will see. But don't expect that you will be going to all the places to work, but you just come. We'll see, we'll manage. And it was a great support. They had their office boy create structures for me, and Aziz was there with me to carry me around. So it was an experience in itself, actually, that's 3-5 years.
And was Aziz your childhood friend or a friend you met in your commerce journey?
I met him in my CA foundation.
Oh, foundation, is it? Okay.
Yeah, see, I did my CA foundation and then got into CA. I am still an undergraduate. I am not a graduate of any.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's the beauty of life, Sunil. Sometimes some people come into your life for a reason, and they just are there. And when you look back, those moments are the special moments. Okay. So here you are as an intern with the chartered accountant firm, and 3 years of your graduation is where you parallelly finished the internship as well?
Not 3 years. Yeah, I finished my internship, but I didn't clear my CA exams.
Okay.
Within 3 years, I took 5 years. I flunked 3 times in between. Then, in 2002, I qualified. And during internship, also I had to really demonstrate that, yes, I can work. Don't worry about my mobility, right? So first 6 months, it was just convincing people that don't worry about how I will go, where I will go. You tell me where to go. The rest I will figure it out.
Yeah.
You don't worry about it. So they started giving me small assignment. And it took me about 1 year to really establish that, yes, this guy is not gonna rest at his chair. He is someone who wants to go around. He wants to somebody. So that's where it actually took me 1 year to disappear that myth of disability for people.
For me, how this looks, Sunil, is that they did not see the wheels in your chair. They did not see that your chair was different from the rest of us. While we are static, yours had wheels to take you. And those wheels became your wings eventually, for sure. But they were the ones which, for me, metaphorically, are reasons why you're driving and thriving where you are. And okay, so your journey with chartered accountancy, you cleared it.
Yeah, I cleared it. Then came another challenge of getting an employment. The moment I completed my chartered accountancy, I was very clear that I want to do practice in indirect taxes. I had this aspiration built up that I want to be an expert in indirect taxes. Then I went around, like anybody has a strategy. I had a strategy called work for some big firms for 3-4 years, then exit and start your own establishment. So I went around again 4-5 big firms. Again, the same story called, some people will directly say, now I'm a little mature to get their communication. And they said, no, I don't think we are confident that you'll be able to deliver on because of ABCD challenges. I said, fine, if that's what you think. I don't have any past evidence to prove that. Though I have undergone the articleship, but if that's what you think, I accept it graciously. I cannot force myself on anyone, right? While other people will just not respond. They will say, we are looking into that. Get back to us. We will get back to you. So after 3-4 follow-up, I should understand that they are saying no. So that was a little frustrating after qualification, at about 3 months into qualification and not getting a job while everybody else is getting job. That was a little disappointing. Then again, the conversation called, anyway, you have quota for persons with disability in the government sector. Why don't you get in there? I said, I will not use my disability to get into job. I will go on merits. I don't want any quota. I don't know from where I got the stubbornness from the beginning. I have been maintaining that so far. So I'm not going in for that. So at one point I got very frustrated. I just wanted to give up on my aspiration. I said, okay, Baba, abhi settle ho jao. You are already like 27 now. How much will you struggle more? Right? Just settle down. No? Settle down. Then I made up my mind that, okay, I will get into some banking industry maybe. Okay. So I got an offer in HDFC Bank. Very good package at that time. And I was driving home with Aziz on his Luna. He had a Luna. And something told me that, do you really want to give up this like this? Or you still want to give one more last try? Then suddenly I remembered one chartered accountant who's very known in the field of indirect taxes. I had never approached him. I went to his office and I explained my case. I said, this is what I want to do. And he was honest enough to say that, Sunil, I would love to hire you, but I don't have work for you at this point in time because I'm full with staff. I don't have sufficient work to give it to you. But I will recommend you to another advocate who's also a chartered accountant but practices as an advocate. You should meet him. I don't know whether he'll take you or not. He has aversion towards chartered accountants, first of all. So you should try your luck. That was K.S. Ravi Shankar, sir.
Okay.
And our fraternity used to get frightened to hear his name also. Very principled man and very straight, right? Very straight. So I said, okay, I'm also afraid, but let me give a chance. I went there. He's like, we don't take chartered accountants. You don't have any experience in indirect taxes. How can you work with us? I had no answer. I was sitting there and he said, okay, how much do you earn? I said, sir, I just completed my CA. I have not got into any job, but I was getting 15,000 per month. And now I think I also can get into partnership or something. And I have this HDFC offer, which is offering me about 5 lakh a year. And he said, see, I don't care about all those things. If you really want to work with me, I know why you have come here. You want to learn the subject. So don't expect to earn much. If you want to, that was Saturday, Rashmi. He said, if you want to come from Monday. Your timing is from 7:45 in the morning to 3 p.m. And you want to tell me within 24 hours you are coming or not. And I'll pay you 4,000 per month. I was like, okay. I came back home, told people, everybody was like, no, this is not for you. Again, I had to make one decision. I was very clear that if I get in here and within 2 years, I will not be the same professionally. I thought that may be the testing ground for me to stand for my commitment. I chose it. And from 2002 to 2005, I worked with Ravi Shankar sir, and that altered my life actually professionally. The kind of exposure I got, the kind of learning I had from him is amazing. Today, whatever I am today as a professional chartered accountant is only because of the opportunity I had in the articleship time and then the training I got from K.S. Ravi Shankar sir. So completed there, and 2005 I started very confident in work I do. So I wanted to move on. Then that is when I started my own practice. And 2005 to 2008 did whatever possible, professionally satisfied, earning decent money, have good friend. Then again the question called what next, right? You're becoming very stagnant. So I don't know, from there this question struck to me called what makes people happy. I could see both the side, right? I could see people who have everything that they would aspire, yet they don't experience being happy. And I see people who don't have what they really aspire in terms of position or materialistic possessions or a job or a body, but they seems to be happy. Every day is a new day for them. So I was in like, what makes people happy? That's when I started my journey to understand people, understand myself. And I got into Landmark, completed the curriculum, got trained to lead programs there. And 2008 is when I realized that there is nothing else to prove in life than to just contribute to people. And that is also not as a proving to someone, but that I saw as a very natural expression of my existence. Like, can I empower people? Can my existence make little difference to people around me? And that is where the ASTHA got created. I could have focused on any aspect of society. Because of my personal experiences, I chose that, okay, I can really work with persons with a disability and that ecosystem. And that is where I created ASTHA as a foundation.
I love the name ASTHA, Sunil. How did you come up with the name ASTHA? What inspired you to call this foundation? Yes, a purpose and making a difference, giving back. But how did the name ASTHA come?
ASTHA in Hindi means faith.
Yeah.
To me, ASTHA is undaunted faith. And I think that is there in every one of us.
Yes.
Right? But when does it get ignited is, I'm sure, Rashmi, no matter who it is, as a human being, we all have our days. Yeah. We all have our toughest days, right? And there are days, there are moments when we don't know what to do.
Correct.
We don't know what to hang on. There's nothing to anchor on. And personally, what I have whenever I have gone through that situation, what I have found myself is taking the next action, next available step, without knowing what will happen. Yeah. Just take the step. And what I have realized so far, whenever I had taken the step, right, only two things have happened. One is I find a ground to land on, or I'm taught to learn to fly. Nothing else will happen in that situation when I take the next step. And that kind of belief is, I think, is what I want for people, irrespective of what they are doing, what their challenges, like they have it in themselves. And to discover that confidence in you, that faith in you, is to take the next step in the unknown.
In the unknown.
So that to me is ASTHA. And that's what we aspire. Yeah.
Wow. In the unknown. So when you get out of your comfort zone, because if it's the unknown, it's out of your comfort zone. And getting that space you call ASTHA, is it?
Yeah. And that is the fun. I mean, being in unknown zone is fun.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, it is monotonous. Yeah.
That I completely agree with you, because I think that's where you find yourself. And like they say, you have to lose yourself to find yourself.
Exactly.
And getting into that unknown space is where you find yourself. Okay. So that's how ASTHA was born. Is this related to resilience somewhere, Sunil, the ability to fight what you have within you when something outside of you challenges you? There's something within you which says, no, you have it. Just move, is resilience. Is this faith in the self that you're talking about somewhere bringing in the resilience in each one of us?
Yes. I would go one step ahead and say, invite challenges.
Okay.
It is about inviting challenges. It is not about, the whole current situation, because of the so much technical advancement human being has made in the years. Somewhere we are losing on our evolution as a humankind, right? We are more and more going towards making our life comfortable. With now, kids think that life is an app. People think that rice is grown in some mall. You press the app button and you'll get the rice. And in that whole flip side of it, according to me, is you're not giving yourself an opportunity to discover yourself, which comes from labor. Labor is not only physical labor is intellectual labor also. And that get ignited when you put yourself into some situation. Now, while we had natural opportunities to be in challenges, today we have to create those challenges. We have to invite challenges, and that is where our evolution is there. That is where the real juice of living day-to-day life is there, according to me. Without challenges, I don't think our whole lateral thinking will die. Without challenge, we'll become another machine. I keep saying that there is nothing intelligent about this artificial intelligence. I mean, I'm sure it is required wherever critical situations are there, but using artificial intelligence in day-to-day life, to me, it is a counterproductive for humans' evolution.
Powerful thought, Sunil. And where does ASTHA come in this space of creating this reality check with the self?
So we chose sports as one of the medium to empower persons with the disability, because sports is one tool which doesn't care who you are. You got to play with the rules of the game. You cannot sit there and ask for a quota to win the medal. You perform and get the medal. You deal with the competition. First thing is you confront your body the way it is. You really confront your body the way it is, right? And as you're confronting your body, you're confronting your mind also. And that's the exposure. That's the exposure to the real self. And you start learning to accept what is there, start evolving, start having respect for yourself, accepting it. And slowly when you have that, you naturally have it for others. And the whole...
Can I request you to pause here? And just whatever you said, this entire process of respect for yourself, finding it within yourself, this entire process, did this happen with you as you were coming up with the whole process of what ASTHA is going to stand for?
Yes. And it happened in various stages of my life.
Okay.
For example, I want to go and see cricket match in a stadium. I would confront that there. I would want to go to watch a movie in the theater, not in the VCR, sitting in home and watching in the TV. I want to go to theater, eat popcorn and visit with my friends. I confronted there. But biggest thing what I experienced was I wanted to learn swimming. Just to tell to people that I want to learn swimming was a barrier for me. I had to cross that barrier. For the two reason is I am afraid of the reaction of the people called, no, you can't, number one. Number two, why do you want? Why do you want to learn swimming? What is the intention? Even if you want, how will you make it happen? Where are the structures? Where is the infrastructure? Who will coach you? How will you go to swimming? So all this conversation internally, right? It's not real out here. It's all internally in my mind going on. People never told me all this. Somewhere I made it up. And I'm sitting with that, not even expressing that desire. So in 2007, I broke that barrier of communication. I said, I want to learn swimming. At least I want to experiment. I may fail. That's okay. But I want to give an attempt. Then that was a journey to find a coach, went to the Baswantgudi National Swimming Pool, standing outside on my 4-wheeler bike, calling the watchman towards me because I cannot go to him to the gate. I am sitting on my bike and calling him, and he will give me a look called, who are you to call me like that? Every phase I had to deal with some or the other challenges. And somehow I found a coach in Mr. Balram. And even he had challenges looking at my body structure, like, how will you learn swimming? He said, you come to the swimming, we will explore. One fine day, he comes to me and said, you try backstroke. In the dream, I was thinking like, you should try backstroke. That's what he said. I said, wow, he's so much engaged for me. He's thinking in his dream also. That day really clicked. Within 1 hour, I was floating in the water and learned swimming. My confidence level before that and after that is like, I can't even tell you in words. The kind of confidence I got after that one incident, people would say, no, you are already confident, no, but I cannot articulate that impact of that incident.
Yeah.
So that is where I
incident said, when you say is when Mr. Balram told you that he dreamt about it, or the fact that you could actually do his fulfill his dream?
When I actually started floating in the water. When I actually started moving in the water. So that was a moment where the transformation of a thought happened. A thought called something not possible for you. Yeah, many things are possible, but there are at least something that is not possible for you. I could transform that thought into everything is possible. The question is, do I choose to engage myself with it? Yes. That choice is mine. Nobody can take away that choice. And that confidence was very important for anyone, I think.
So here you are with a coach who's standing before you, dreaming that you can do backstroke. And that moment, what went through your head, Sunil, when he shared that, wow, he's dreaming what I can do? Yes, very naturally, that's the first thought. But did that somewhere again make you go back to question that, is he dreaming or can I fulfill this dream?
No, I vividly remember actually, Rashmi. Thanks for asking. For me, it was empowering when he said that. For me, it was like somebody is thinking about me, how to make this happen.
Yeah.
I didn't think anything beyond it. It didn't occur to me anything beyond that.
Wow. Okay.
It was just like a teacher would think, right? How can I make my student win? That was Balram for me.
You know, Sunil, I feel you spoke about empowerment, and I feel the journey of empowerment starts with belief. When that belief gets into your DNA and everything you do is around that belief, and you empower the person, you achieve whatever you want to do. So that is a beautiful process which I see in you. Now you tell me, we paused from your ASTHA journey about your own journey, and now going back to ASTHA. So whatever process went through you to understand what can be achieved by you was important for you to make ASTHA that space where you could play tennis, you could swim, you could do anything. Was that the reason you wanted to try all of it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't play tennis, just a correction.
But you have the tennis, wheelchair tennis.
We do project. Yeah, we do a project to develop wheelchair tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is the genesis of what we are doing, right? We really want to alter the communication in the world about disability. To me, I want to see a day. I mean, I don't know whether in lifetime we will see that day. Your body is insignificant. It is just you can nail, right? You will not cry if you lose your nail. Will you?
No.
I mean, if one part of your body is not functioning conventionally the way it should, there is zero impact on you. I mean, this is the reality I have experienced. And I want these people to experience. Now, bodily disability is one thing, but there are people who get impacted by their size, their color, their economical background, if they are not educated academically, right? Or if they come from some particular religion, particular geographical region. So people have their own barriers. People have their own conception about what they are, right? So how do you break this? How do you break this myth of your thoughts? To me, that is ASTHA on a larger picture. While we are focusing on persons with a disability. So that's why when we work with the volunteers or organization, we are very clear. I mean, it is not like you are contributing to persons with the disability and stopping there. Because you are getting contributed equally, right? You have no idea what contribution you are getting contributed to yourself by engaging with us. So it is not, as in the beginning you said, Jugalbandi. It is not about one helping another because somebody has less and somebody has more. It is about coming together and creating something beautiful, which the world can experience. And in the process, we get enriched.
The coexistence of at least those people call with disabilities and those without for the normal world. The coexistence that you bring with Jugalbandi is what I always admire when you have an artist who's fully physically able to, somebody who's overcome that disability and drawn, and how together they create such a beautiful piece of art. And every time, whether it is music, whether it is through art, whenever I see that Jugalbandi happening, for me, that as a person who's viewing it is very empowering. How did you conceive the fact of coexistence? Was it because you were coexisting with other people that you want to translate it to other artists as well? How did you think of taking ASTHA to art, to sports, to so many different aspects of living and being a human being?
I never complained about my physicalness with anyone from my childhood. I never complained in the sense, because I'm disabled, you're treating me like this, you're not giving me this, or you're not providing a building access. No, I never fought like this. And today also I don't fight. All I do is I communicate what I want to do. And in the process, I find a way to get around. Right? But it will be nice to have every building accessible. To that extent, your energies are invested in somewhere else, saved in somewhere else, right? That can be a one line of argument. But when I look back at my life, what I think I did was, I somewhere started telling people, this is our purpose. Now, do you want to engage with me? I think I can be of some use in this purpose of yours. And I think we can engage together and give the choice to the other person, whether they want to engage with me or not. And it's absolutely fine what they want to choose. I actually remember very vividly in 2011 when we had the first event, 2012, I was trying to articulate, how do I make this idea real? While I got it, how do I make it real in the world? How do I communicate? On the ground, what should we do? I was searching for one anchor point, right? Suddenly what stuck to me was a common purpose. Suddenly I saw everything in a new light. Any disconnect from one being to other being is only because of absence of a common purpose. Nothing else. The moment you have a common purpose, you as a human being have a natural ability to break every barrier, whatever barrier is. You have the inherent ability. The thing is, are we engaging with each other for a common purpose? Our engagement has become very, very selfish. I want to work in a company because I want X salary. Do I really care about the vision of the company? Maybe, but what is important for me is my salary. And if you look at from the company's perspective, what is important for the company is their sales or the bottom line, their vision. Do they really care for the employees' aspiration? Maybe now HR policies there's a different story, their vision, their bottom line. Now, if these two people come together and say, this is our vision, the environment will be very different. So I thought even this can happen for persons with and without disability. So that is where suddenly idea struck to me, like, can we explore through Jugalbandi art? We did it. It was amazing experiences of people. Then we transported that to sport. So that's where the journey began. The whole journey began there.
And like you just said some time back, that tennis was a genesis. What has ASTHA been doing? Are there some stories that you'd like to share at this point, Sunil, where your journey as you're moving with ASTHA made you understand that, yes, this is what I envisioned and it's getting translated? Because, there is a phrase when we want to explain something, we ask people, did you understand? But when we are explaining a concept, we ask people, got it? How did you know those around you got it? What exactly you're setting out to do?
There are many stories. I mean, the miracles have happened when people started engaging with us, right? But what I'm remembering right now is there was a boy who wanted to start wheelchair tennis. And I am sitting in Orissa, anticipating workshop, looking forward for it. We are all prepared, and I get a news from the organizer there, local organizers. This boy is not coming, because we had the list of all the participants. We were going through the participant list, and at that time, organizing person said, no, this boy is not coming tomorrow. I said, okay, what is the reason? Because of their economical condition, he's 17-year-old boy. Father and mother thought that it is important for him to earn money than play. Okay, so they sent him to Bhubaneswar into a hotel to work, to earn some money. I said, fine. Okay, this is the story, right? First thing was, it was not what it occurred to me. It was not about that boy. It is a situation how we want to deal with.
Correct.
It is not his challenge. It is my challenge now, our challenge. So we spoke to the organizer and said, what do you want to do? We can just let go that boy like that. That's perfectly fine. We have a valid reason. Or we can think and still see how can that boy be back. He said, is it possible? I said, I don't know. But if we start thinking, maybe something will open up. So we started our conversation there. And all we wanted to do was speak to the boy. What does he want? Then we had a call with him and said, this is what we want. And at the same time, he was like, no, I cannot risk my family income because I want to play. I mean, can you see his genuinity of it was so cute to listen to that boy, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I said, what is the real concern? What is the real concern? The monthly 4,000-5,000 rupees. I said, as an organization, are we so poor? Is this community so poor that we cannot afford 5,000 for the future of one human being? So we got around everybody. We said, we will fund somehow. We don't know how, we will fund. We will give the confidence to the parent. Now we talked to the parents. They said, if you can, for some time, if you can take care of that, nothing like it. We don't have mind this boy playing and growing. We would love it. That was one part. And then we spoke to the boy. He was very excited. And the next moment he said, no, my employer is not leaving. Got some child labor, right? Why will he leave? Cheap labor. Why will he leave?
Correct.
So again, we had to maneuver that conversation with him, give him some legal threatening also. And he came, he played. He's practicing every day now in Bhubaneswar. And then you get a call from Switzerland, number 1 player, junior player, wheelchair tennis player, saying that I want to do some program in India, teach kids. Nowhere. I mean, we never reached out to them, right? They call and they came all the way from Switzerland, parent and this girl who's a champion, world champion, junior player. They conducted workshop in India for kids. So they're both the side, right? Both the side stories are so amazing.
I know. When you look back, Sunil, at your journey, I know we are focusing more on ASTHA because that is a space where you have found a lot for yourself as well. When you look back on that journey with ASTHA, have things transformed personally and professionally for you, especially with ASTHA in mind, in the last 1.5 years since the pandemic struck? Because everybody's movement got restricted. Everyone was locked indoors. The dreams must have been huge at that point of time. How did the alter anything for you?
I thought it won't alter, given the kind I know myself. 24th March 2020, I still remember. I thought, okay, something has happened in the world, nothing should impact. Things will be normal. But when the lockdown was announced, okay, fine, you be at home for some time, that's all right. But within 2 days, I started seeing myself crumbling internally. And that happened because suddenly, again, I'm given to realize that you are not relevant. You are at home, sitting at one place, food is coming to your place, water is coming to your place, and you have nothing to do. Suddenly you feel so irrelevant and you can't do anything about it, right? That is devastating experience again. And so I suddenly saw how much unaware I was. That is not the end of anything. This is a constant journey that you have to internally fight. Then I started looking back. What have you done in so many years? Okay, people praise you and all that, but are there your failures? Do you want to acknowledge your failures? Then I started making a list of all my failures. If I tell you, you will say, no, it is not failure. But authentically, when I look for myself, I have a list. I have a list where I have not accomplished things. I have failed to fulfill my promises, right? I made a laundry list. Then I asked myself, okay, out of this, what are you most disturbed thing? What is the most disturbing thing that you have not accomplished? So what came when I was going through all the things, one thing that hit me was in 2016, we as an organization told to the players that you will have your own training facility. And 2018, we didn't have it. I had a lot of reasons, valid reason why it didn't happen. I had a list of action that I took that didn't materialize. I could justify to the entire world, but I couldn't justify myself. I said, no, that's a failure. No. So what did I do in 2018? Again, I said 2020. Now sitting in 20, while I have my plan, I cannot act on it. So it was a complete failure and I was got scared. It was scaring that I might die without fulfilling this. And that was not okay for me. And then I started really working on myself and looking at what exactly is the reason. Is it time, or is it the money, or is the people? So I started my own journey of expanding my capacities. So first thing I conquered was my sleep, to be honest. I am very good at time management and all that, keeping busy and all that, right? But my sleep was haphazard. I would wake up at any time I want to wake up, manage somehow everything. On that day, next day I said, I want to wake up at 4 o'clock and read something. And next day, 3:50, I was awake, like a lot of energy. Started reading books. It gave a whole new experience and whole perspective. Then I called another friend of mine. I said, do you want to join me at 4 o'clock every day to read a book? He was like, have you gone mad? Already is a lockdown. Why don't you just sleep? I said, no, I'm doing this. I shared my journey with him, last 15-20 days journey. So what miraculously thing happened was, in this 15 days, nobody would donate or contribute for a sports project in the times of pandemic. That was the last thing people would think about. And from nowhere, I get a call from a company where we had done some event 3-4 years back. They call us and tell that we have about 10,000 pounds for a tournament. I said, sir, we cannot have tournaments, sir. We don't know when we will have the tournament. He said, no, we are very clear that we want to fund the tournament only. You keep the money. Whenever it opens up, you will have the tournament with this money. For me, that was a miracle. And I experienced causing that. It was not like some accident. The work that I did in the last 15 days of that time, I cleared all my thought, clutter, everything, right? So it just emerged inside of that. So I called this friend, and when I said this, he said, no, not 4 o'clock. Can you come at 5 a.m.? 5 is also okay. I said, no, I am starting at 4. If you want to join, you're welcome. He agreed somehow. And today, Rashmi, we are 10. Every day morning, 4 a.m. we wake up, we read book to each other, we share with each other. So I started a new initiative called empowering people in that way. Reading book, creating a community of creating projects. Even though it is a lockdown, I don't see lockdown has happened where I am. Nothing to take away from the people suffering and what people are dealing with. I mean, I only wish there were no deaths because of this. That's very sad. I mean, there's no family which has not lost one or the other person, right? Mm-hmm. So that's a sad part of it. But if I look at other perspective, I think is the way the nature is telling us, just stop. To the entire humanity, right? This is just stop. Stop being so arrogant about your abilities.
Correct. Yeah.
Right? Just take care of what you need to take care of. Don't worry about mindless development. Infinite development is myth. There is a nature, right? There's a nature to everything. I think we are meddling with it, the nature. And the response of the nature is in front of us.
So it seems like you've become very mindful. You very much value the now. You understand what exactly is living and being awake from within. So you may be getting up at 4 in the morning, but you definitely are awake from within, Sunil.
I don't know. Every day I wake up and see so much of ignorance where I am, so much of unconsciousness about. So it's a journey, I think. I don't think anybody will say I am awakened and this is the end. I think those are the Sadhu Baba sitting at preaching and the world is the way it is.
And the collective consciousness has more power than a single one. And I think the universe that we are talking about evolves from one, and we are all part of that one whole. Moving to the last part is 3 takeaways from your life so far, Sunil, that you'd like to leave us.
One is definitely, like, without challenge, there is no life. I mean, you invite challenges. Number 2 is no complaints. Absolutely no complaints. There is a reason for everything. You may not know it, you may not realize it now, but there is a reason for everything. That's very clear for me. While I may get into sulking mode for some time, and but what hooks me back on the track is just allowing the universe to work, just trusting the universe, right? There is a purpose, and just you do your job. You have a job to do. And your job is what you have said, nothing else. My job is doing what I said I will do, nothing else. So these are the 3 things, I think, Rashmi. And other thing is, Rashmi, I think every human being has some aspiration.
Yes.
Everybody, whether it is articulated, not articulated, everybody is unique. Each and every one of us are unique, right? And I have experienced that when I can sit with someone and just empty all my thoughts and just be with that human being. I become a space for that person to emerge. And that's so beautiful, where you can get in touch with another human being, engage with them, work with them. So co-creation, coexistence is what I believe in.
Thank you so much, Sunil, because I think coexistence, co-creation is what you've been doing so beautifully all along, with the way you have handled yourself and those around you, and making sure everyone around you is empowered to achieve whatever he or she is setting out to achieve.
Yeah, having said that, no, Rashmi, I would want to end on a note called empowering is not always about, sometimes we think we mistake empowering as a providing certain thing, enabling, right? There are times you need to be very straight with saying this is what you're supposed to do. Like a mother, right? Mother doesn't care about your comfort at times, or like a guru or a teacher, right? And I think at the larger scale, when we look at our journey of ASTHA from last 4-5 years, and when I introspect, when I look at the entire India, and if we focus only on if we call it as a sector for persons with a disability, for the lack of better word, right? Then I think the time has come for all of us to hold government and governance and leadership in this sector accountable. And we should, I think, stop embarking on inspiration. We are all inspiring, sure, but I'm saying it will cost you now. It's not free, right? It's not free. It will cost you, and you do your job. You're not helping. Somebody is asking me, what support do you expect from the government? I said, I don't expect any support from the government. All I want them to do is their job. So the whole context of still we are living in a world called they need a support, and also the persons with the disability need to start approaching everything on a right-based approach with compassion, with dignity, not like a fighting and advocating and becoming an activist. I'm not saying that. There is a way to fight for yourself with a lot of dignity and compassion, and that's what we want to do as a next phase of development through ASTHA.
Powerful, Sunil, because for me, compassion is equal to empathy plus action. So you don't stop with words, but move to the next level of action. And I think you're definitely in that space of compassion as a leader, as an individual, and as making sure that those around you get the message loud and clear. May you continue to do what you're doing and be blessed the way you are.
I think blessing for me is people like you and everybody else, right? That's the biggest blessing for me. I would request the universe to continue that blessing. That's about it. Thank you so much.
Mutually, that's something we ask the universe as well, to continue to give us people like Sunil Jain, who can bring about that difference in our shift of thought processes, to understand and question where we need to question. And I love that powerful statement that you said, that it will cost you now. It's high time you get out there and ask those questions. Powerful words, Sunil, and thank you so much for your time. It's been amazing for me that you given not only your thoughts, shared a piece of who you are on this episode of You and I with Rashmi Shetty. Thanks a lot. Stay blessed.
Thank you, Rashmi. Thank you for the opportunity to share. And these are the opportunity where we relive, actually.
Yes.
And it strengthens what we do. Thank you so much.
Pleasure completely mine, Sunil. Take care. With that, we come to the end of this episode of You and I with Rashmi Shetty. Do let us know your feedback and your guest suggestions. Write in to rashmi.thethirdeye@gmail.com. That is rashmi.thirdeye@gmail.com.